Hello everybody, John Gertruel back here again with another video, and today I'm back with another top 5. Yes, I am done with the Dragon Ball Z stuff. Now let's get back into some comic book stuff. Yes, you know what, for a good, interesting, way of starting off, let's start off with top 5 versions of a character. Yes, as you all may or may not know, Gotham premiered last week, and to tell you the truth, I'm a humongous fan of it. I think it's pretty good, especially for a show without a Batman. It's pretty freaking damn good, and today, this Monday, is featuring an entirely new episode featuring one of the greatest characters in the Batman mythos is Selina Kyle. Yes, based off the clips and the various footage I've seen of this new upcoming episode, you can pretty much guess that that episode 2 will be mostly based around Selina Kyle herself. So I thought, what better way than just dedicating an entire top 5 to one of my greatest Gotham vixens, if you will, which is Selina Kyle. She's been one of my favorite characters in Batman's Rogues Gallery, and plus you always have to love the love interest between the two. I mean, like, they always had this complex relationship, whether it be from the comic books, the cartoons, the movies, the video games, wherever they are, they're always at odds with each other, but at the end they always have to kiss and make up because, they just love each other. And that's coming from a guy who fucking hates everybody, so yeah, that's a fucking plus. But nevertheless, Catwoman has always been one of my favorite comic book characters ever since I could fucking walk. She's always been one of my favorites, and let's just dedicate this entire top 5 to her. This is going to be my top 5 favorite versions of the character because, as we all know, just like Batman, she has been through tons of incarnations, and I'm going to tell you my favorite top 5 of them. And before I get started, let's make something very clear. This is subjective. It's my personal thoughts, and it's my personal list. So in the comment section below, when I'm done, please give me your list, and let's compare the two and see, how awesome this character is, and just debate it. Anyways, let's get right down to it. Coming up at number 5 has to go, for me personally, Catwoman from The Long Halloween. The Long Halloween has always been one of my favorite graphic novels based around Batman, and Catwoman in there looks specifically awesome. I never really liked the character in purple. I know she's been drawn in the comic books in various incarnations as purple. She started off green, then she went purple, then grayish, and then black, and I don't know, I like her character anything but mostly black. Her costume has to match up to Batman, so that's why I like her costume to be black. But her purple design in this comic book looks so awesome, and I like the fact that her body is almost morphed in a sense because of the costume. It doesn't seem like she's just like a model in a costume. It feels like it's a morphed body to look more like a cat. Like, the tail is very weird looking, and the ears are super huge, and you have these really weird whiskers. I don't know, I always liked the design for the Long Halloween version of Catwoman. And at the end of the day, it's just one of those awesome, versions of her. I mean, like, she's as fucking badass as ever, but she just looks really awesome in this one. But anyways, let's move off of that and go into number 4, which has to go to one of my favorite film incarnations of Catwoman, which has to go to Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer version of the character. Now, this one was really tricky because obviously Catwoman has been portrayed on TV and film for various years. Ever since the first Adam West TV show with Julie Newmar, to her solo movie with Halle Berry, and of course now with Anne Hathaway in The Dark Knight Rises. She's been portrayed, all over the place by different, various actresses and shit. But Michelle Pfeiffer, I have to give it up to her. She's always been, my favorite version of the character. Even though Batman Returns may not be my favorite Batman movie in the series, that version of her is just awesome. I mean, like, design-wise at least, Hell, pretty much the majority of all these versions of Catwoman I like mostly because of the designs, because when you look at the movie, when you go back, it's really wacky and crazy. I mean, like, I don't know what comic book Tim Burton was reading, but he wasn't reading the right ones, I'll tell you that. But nevertheless, it was just really weird. Like, she starts off as this quirky, weird, like, business chick who's working for Christopher Walken's bitch ass, and then ends up dying, and then coming back to life by cats. which doesn't make sense, but is really weird and fucked up. And then she goes home and goes crazy. I don't know what the fuck's going on, and then creates an entirely new outfit out of all the latex in her fucking house, which is really crazy. And then, I'm just saying, the sequences between her and Michael Keaton in that movie, Jesus Christ, they're fucking awesome. It's just one of those things where it's like, it's hard to get out of your head whenever you watch that movie. And Batman Returns, the only main reason as to why I ever liked it is because of Catwoman. The only thing I owned of Batman Returns is, you know, a Catwoman action figure. That's the only thing I cared about. Like, the movie itself is whatever to me, but Catwoman design, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman, hands down my favorite. And plus, it's probably my favorite role of her that she's ever portrayed, you know? Her favorite character she's ever portrayed. And that's saying a lot. But nevertheless, that doesn't mean I don't like any of the other versions, you know? Like, Anne Hathaway almost made it on my list, but you know what? If you had to compare the two, Michelle Pfeiffer just beats Anne Hathaway, and that's no, you know, offense to Anne Hathaway. Of course, she's amazing. She's fucking beautiful and hands down one of the best actresses out today. But you have to give it up to Michelle Pfeiffer. She's just one of the best. But moving off of that, let's go into number 3, which has to go to Batman Hush version of Catwoman. Now, this one, it was almost number 1, but I had to put it in number 3 because it's not solely based. The storyline of Hush isn't solely based towards Batman and Catwoman, but it's the glue of that book, you know. And plus, you know, you have to give it up to that book. You know, that graphic novel is so badass. The storyline alone is so awesome, and I just love how you finally had a definitive story that just showed you the balance between the relationship balance between Batman and Catwoman, and how they really feel about each other, and how they really interact with each other in a really awesome fashion. And plus, Jim Lee did an amazing job drawing out those characters. I mean, come on, that fucking image of Batman holding Catwoman, and they're just, you know, having a, you know, an intimate moment there. Ah, Jesus, that's Batman gold right there. If that's not in a movie, like, if that's not in, you know, Ben Affleck, Batfleck fucking solo movie, fucking in the next 5 years from now, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off, because that needs to be in a movie. You know, I mean, like, we've had, you know, clips like that before, kinda, but not as badass as the way Jim Lee put it, you know, and that needs to be in a fucking movie. But nevertheless, you know, Catwoman in Hush is awesome. She's badass. She doesn't take shit, but her relationship with Batman is like the glue that holds that book together, and it's just so fucking awesome. Just thinking about it right now makes me want to go read it. That's how fucking badass it is. But let's move off of that and go to my number 2 pick, which has to go to Batman, the Arkham games version of Catwoman. That version is the definitive version of Catwoman of today, you know, like, I wish that was in the movies as well. Like, if only we had that version of Anne Hathaway Catwoman, you know, folks, come on. But I'm just saying, no offense, I'm just saying, but come on, that was just, come on, such a missed opportunity, kinda. But nevertheless, the Arkham video games has proven themselves as, you know, an established, you know, pieces of art when it comes to not only the Batman universe, but DC universe, you know? I mean, the Batman Arkham games are just so badass, and Catwoman is so awesome in the fucking video games, and she has her own, like, story. She's not, like, just waiting for Batman to fucking tag along and, you know, do shit with her. No, she's doing her own shit, she's stealing shit, she's getting in trouble with Harvey Dent and fucking Two-Face and shit. She's all over the place in Gotham, and it's just so badass. And plus her design, come on, folks, that just screams today. You know, that's a Catwoman of today, and that's what I like it. The goggles are awesome, the outfit's sexy, it's badass, it's sleek, it looks great, especially in comparison to, you know, the Arkham Batman. And you know what? I hope she's an Arkham Knight. I really hope so. I think I haven't really seen any screenshots of her in Arkham Knight, so I don't know if she is or not, but you know what? Someone tell me in the comment section below. But nevertheless, the Arkham games version of Catwoman is so fucking awesome, and it's definitely gonna, you know, stand the test of time, especially seeing as how the Batman Arkham games are, I don't know what, like the best DC games of all fucking time. But anyways, before I get to my number 1 pick, let's give some honorable mentions out there. Yes, let's give it up to the actresses who played Catwoman. Yes, Julie Newmar, Lee Mayweather, Eartha Kitt, even Halle Berry, why not? Michelle Pfeiffer, of course, I already named her in my previous. Anne Hathaway. I'm telling you, she was so close into my list, but what are you going to do? The original version of Catwoman, I always appreciated, even though I didn't, even though I like her now more than the origin version of her, it's still okay. And plus, I like the purple version of her, with the capes and the weird mallets and stuff. That's also pretty interesting. Okay, Catwoman and Gotham Sirens is pretty badass as well. I also like Catwoman, Batman Year One version of her is pretty cool. I also like the Dark Knight Returns version of her. It's very interesting to see, like, her then, how she would be in the future of, like, an older version of Gotham City. That's also pretty whacked. And, I guess that's pretty much it. I also like a Batman Nightfall version of her. The Batman Cataclysm is pretty badass. No Man's Land is also cool. New 52 version of her is also badass. Death of the Family. She's really awesome in there. I guess that's pretty much it for... Oh yeah, and Kingdom Come, that version of her is also pretty cool. I don't know, I always like that version of her, especially compared to the Batman in that fucking, scenario. It looks pretty fucking badass, doesn't it? Just look it up right now. Fuck. I don't know. It just screams really cool. And also Batman Beyond version. Fuck yeah. But anyways, let's move off of that and give you my number one pick in the awesomeness and the greatest incarnation, the greatest version of the greatest Gotham City vixen of all time. And the greatest DC anti-heroine of all time. The Batman animated series version of Catwoman is my favorite. Yes, I know it's... Come on, you just have to give it up. The Batman animated series is the thing that got me into Batman. The world of Batman was opened up because of Batman animated series. Yes, I saw 89 Batman, but it was because of the animated series that made me feel the wrath of Batman. And Catwoman was an intricate, great part of that fucking series. And plus, I always loved her design. I think she looks cool with the gray suit. I mean, like, come on. Just looks awesome, And plus... I like that version more than, like, the sleeked out versions of her, like, in the New Adventures and shit. I don't know, that's just my personal opinion. The fucking original OG Batman animated series version of Catwoman is the best, and it's always going to be the best, and it's my favorite version. But that's going to be it. I hope everybody enjoyed this top 5 dedicated to the character of Catwoman. Maybe I'll do more versions of this, like various different versions of... DC anti-heroines or heroines in general, or superheroes and anti-heroes and villains and various stuff like that. Maybe I'll do that some of these days. Seeing as how Gotham is killing it. I can't really say that because it's only been one episode so far, but I'm just saying, people, Gotham looks pretty badass. I like the TV show, so what are you gonna do? Anyways, that's gonna be it. In the comment section below, please give me your top 5 favorite incarnations of Catwoman. What are your top 5 versions of the character? Leave them in the comment section below. And of course, also in the comment section below, please tell me what you thought about this video. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? And of course, if you did, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. And that's going to be it. I hope everybody did enjoy. And this has been John